From the WDXY studios in historic downtown Sumter, At Your Service Home Care presents Medical Forum with moderator Jeff Reed.
Good morning, Dr. Marr. I'm your host, Jeff Reed. We got Medical Forum here with Dr. Chris Marr. How are we doing today?
Fine, Jeff. How are you doing?
It's been a great week.
Jeff,
Little hot.
Little hot.
Little thunderstorms.
I think if you don't like heat, South Carolina is not the place for you.
You're right. But we want to thank everyone who's listening on this Saturday morning to Medical Forum. And, while we're talking about it, we might as well go back a little bit in the past and talk about Cheryl Fluharty, who was here last week joining the team. Someone who you work with fairly closely, correct?
Absolutely. Cheryl is very involved in Sumter and has several programs that she heads up. She is employed by MSA, works for Tri-County Hospice, Tri-County Home Health, but also is involved in some additional groups that she runs in Sumter, one of which is the Alzheimer's group. She has a once a month at McElveen Manor.
Right. How about the new support group? And you know what? We're honored to be a part of that.
Absolutely. The new support group is a grief support group. Mm-hmm. It is called Great Goodness the Grief, and she's going to be starting that meeting on the third Tuesday of each month. It's going to be over at our office, 1250 Wilson Hall Road, the At Your Service Home Care office.
It is. You know what's great about it? There's a lot of great programs out there, but this is kind of a culmination of all of them. Between Alzheimer's, dementia, it's anything that brings us to end-stage cancer, end-stage renal. Anyway, that people that have been going through battles with their spouses and such. What's great about it also, it's invited to people that have lost loved ones who can help walk these people through. So Cheryl Fluharty, we appreciate her, as you alluded to, Chris, Medical Services of America. You can contact her, 905-7720 for either. I think she has 3 support groups, but this is a new one, I think, near and dear to her heart. I think she laid her heart on the line last week with her mother. So we wish her all the luck in that, and if we can be of assistance there on Wilson Hall Road at your service location. So, but today, I'm excited about today's guest. I've known her 20 years, and we've talked many times on our show about her employer, the YMCA. So, Missy Reece, thank you so much for joining us here on a Saturday morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Well, Missy, as typical for our show, Medical Forum, we love to bring in the community. Our whole genre of what we try to bring is that stay local, everyone, from our great hospitals to our tremendous physicians to outreach programs like we talked about with Miss Flaherty last week to absolutely what you do. And I think there's no better establishment that represents Sumter than who you work for. So give us some background. I know you're a Sumterite, and give us the title. Tell us what you do with the YMCA, and then let's talk about all the things that are out there available from the YMCA. So, Missy, take the floor.
Great. Well, again, I'm Missy Reece, and I'm the marketing coordinator for the Sumter YMCA. Been there since 2010. My background has always been in marketing, public relations, and always related to the healthcare field. I minored in health when I was studying PR and journalism in college, so it's a great fit. And the Y is doing great things in Sumter, and it's an exciting place to work.
Great. Now, we might as well, because listen, this is a hometown show. Tell me about that lovely husband, Mr. Ken. And any children that you want to talk about, I don't know if any of them are in trouble with you, but give us some of your personal, please.
Great. Yes, my husband, Ken Reece, we've been married 21 years, and he's a Sumterite as well. And actually, I like to tell people that's where we met, is at the YMCA. So it's kind of a ongoing, lifelong thing. And we have 2 boys, TJ and William. They're ages 11 and one about to have a teenager in about 2 weeks.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Well, I hope you were listening to the show that we had on with Bynum Insurance, Chris. You and I went home and, we thought we knew what we were doing.
My insurance rates, yeah.
I cried for an hour and then got my act together. And, once you start looking at insurance, not only with the house and your car insurance, I hope you will see our friends at Bynum Insurance, because old Karen Schwartz, who obviously the Schwartz family has been a huge advocate for the YMCA, but Absolutely. They do a tremendous job. All right, we've got so much to cover, so we've got to be not quick with it. We want to be concise, but let's just start off with the YMCA. For anyone who we have a lot of new people from Continental Tire. We have people from out of city that are moving into Sumter, which is wonderful. Where are we located?
The Y is located at 510 Miller Road, and we have been at that location since 1967. And the Y just recently celebrated its centennial anniversary, actually 3 years ago. So we've been in Sumter for 103 years. Okay. So there are not many businesses that can say that, but
no.
We are very proud to be a part of Sumter. And the one thing I learned when we were planning the centennial, I got to research all of the photos and the stories from some of our longtime members, and the Y has really been a staple for many, many families in the Sumter area, and generations of kids have come through the Y in all facets that we have to offer.
Tremendous job. I think it was 3 shows ago, Dr. Mara, you were on vacation. We had Jeff Fall on from Timmy, which I think the world of, and we're going to vector through all that. But we talked about Pat Prost, who I couldn't think of anyone that meant more to me than Pap. And I don't think there's, besides his family and his faith, the YMCA was second to none to him. Timmy Hospital as well. Of course, he had, I think, probably had to do with maybe your birth, or if not, every other kid that was
remember Sumter Peds all of my life, yes.
Him and Dr. Young. Let's do this because time will get away from us. We got about a minute and a half on our first segment, and we want to kind of bifurcate down all the different things that you do, and we want to cover some of the things that you've done for a long time, and then some of the new goals and programs that the Y has put into place. So we're here on a Saturday morning. Missy Reece, a good friend of ours from the YMCA. Dr. Marr, I'd like you to close us out on this first segment, because we all know physician in town with Colonial Family Practice. However, you have new location.
New location is on Boltman Street. Actually, I've started seeing patients in our what was previously our eye office on Boltman and on the corner of Boltman and Wise, across from the old Talbot's office. And we started seeing patients there on Monday, and are open Monday through Friday, and you can see us there. So
no hiccup. If I made my appointment, everything's still good to go.
No hiccup, and we'll see you today.
Well, Clay Louder will love that. I think he coined that statement. And y'all, we will be back after our first break with Missy Reece to learn all about the YMCA and their activities. We'll be right back.
Back with the latest in health and medical news on Medical Forum, presented by At Your Service Home Care, WDXY 1240 AM and 105.9 FM.
Here's a good policy from Bynum Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance. When you buy home and car insurance, you'll receive a multi-policy discount. And when you buy life insurance, you'll get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. This is Sandy Wilson with Bynum Insurance. Call me for all your insurance needs at 803-469-3030.
After my surgery, I heard my children discussing their fear for me to live alone. I wasn't ready to give up my home and freedom, so I called At Your Service Home Care, and now I have my own concierge. It's owned locally by medical professionals. They work with me to make sure that I recovered from my surgery. Now I can stay at home, and I have a new friend that I enjoy spending time with. If I need help around the house or have insurance or legal questions or just getting to my hairdresser, they help me with it all. Call At Your Service today for your free consultation, 607-9677.
Reliable Medical Equipment has been locally owned and operated since 1999 and provides a full range of medical equipment and services. Our accredited facility has a fully certified staff, and we are here to assist you with all your diabetic shoe, custom bracing, and prosthetic needs. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, and most private insurances. We're located at 246 Broad Street. Call 934-9212 or 435-9927 for our Manning location, which is at 37 West Rigby Street. Voted Best Prosthetic and Orthotic Business for 7 years.
The doctor will see you now.
Are you new to Sumter or been here a while and in need of a new family health care provider? Look no further than the excellent care provided by the physicians and staff at Carolina Family Medicine. Carolina Family Medicine includes Dr. Philip Jansen and Dr. Tracy Ridgel, who both specialize in family medicine, and they're here to take care of you and your family, now accepting new patients. So call them today to schedule your appointment at 774-7425 or find out more at cfmsumter.com.
The doctor will see you now.
This is Medical Forum, presented by At Your Service Home Care.
And we are back on this Saturday morning. Want to remind everyone here, got Dr. Marr in the house, got Missy Reece, marketing coordinator at the YMCA. I'm your host, Jeff Reed. I appreciate everyone listening in. And for those of you who have missed some of the show or want to catch the show on Sunday, it always re-airs from 2 to 3 on this same great network. So, Missy, the coordinator of marketing at the YMCA, you can always reach her at 773-1404. Let's talk about the programs. So, the forum's kind of yours. Let's talk about, since we deal with medical so much, if we could focus a little bit on your elderly care and some of the things you do. I know from silver sneakers to yoga to everything. It's just a pillar of the community that you bring these people out. And I know they love it and enjoy it and invigorate them. You know, that youth is still there. The 70s is what, the new 50?
Yes.
Is that what we say? Okay, good. So I'm turning 50, so does that mean I'm 50? Yeah, forget it. All right, Missy, let's talk about silver sneakers.
Well, Silver Sneakers is one of the programs that we offer for our older adults, and that's a nationally recognized program that is designed for older adults to concentrate on muscular strength, range of motion, agility, balance, coordination. And so we have several variations of Silver Sneakers classes at the Y. One would be Silver Sneakers Classic and Silver Sneakers Workout. And then just a regular Silver Sneakers, and then they have just a variety of classes that focus on that area. Because as we know, balance is a big issue as people tend to age. And
what time are those classes? Are these exclusively morning, or do we have morning and an afternoon or an evening?
Most of them are morning.
Okay.
Currently on Thursday, on Thursdays at 10:15 is Silver Sneakers. Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay.
At 10:15, and then we have a Monday class at 11:15, and then we also have, which is really popular with our older adults, are our aquatics programs. We have many exercise classes in the pool, and they love Aqua Zumba. So the instructor's actually on the side of the pool, and then they're in the pool, and so they have the resistance of the water to do some of those moves, and they love it because there's music and that's a very well-attended class, and that's Monday through Thursday at 10. But we also have a variety of other things. We have an arthritis aquatics class.
Okay.
And that is it's a warm water recreation and exercise program, and it's we have a partnership with the Arthritis Foundation, so it's part of their curriculum. So that's a very well attended. That's in the afternoon. That's at 2 p.m. on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And that class, for as long as I can remember, that's been a staple at the Y. And the water's really good for joints and people that are having, mobility problems. And so we have a great team that work with those.
Let me ask you, do you need to be a Y member to participate? And if you are or do, are there any additional costs?
You do need to be a Y member to participate, and all the classes are free with your membership. Now, we do have, through our Open Doors program, we raise money through our annual campaign each year, and those go towards scholarships to help folks. And we have several individuals who might be on a fixed income, so it will help supplement their membership so that they can participate in these activities. But all of the classes are free with the membership, and we have reduced rates for seniors as well. So you can do a single or a married couple or whatnot, but we do offer financial assistance.
I know Dr. Marr, you and I have always talked about staying active, and Missy, some of the themes of our shows, and we've had from Dr. Louder to Jeff Fall to physicians like Dr. Kim come in, and keeping that weight bearing, not pounding the body into oblivion. Is there any better exercise? Getting in that pool, man?
Water exercise is fantastic for elderly adults. Missy alluded to the fact that it's better for the joints. It's warm water. There's so many disease processes that can be improved and arguably treated with water exercise: fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. Again, moving the joints, warming the joints. And then increasing the range of motion in the joints via these water exercise modalities.
It's fantastic. How many people generally attend? So I happen to, I'm a member of the Y since I've been here since 1989. And occasionally the pool will be my choice of activity. I see a lot of people in there.
The pool, honestly, it's a good problem to have. We really do not have enough pool space for all the activities that go on in there. As far as, we have our swim team, and then we have actually two pools. We have a cool water pool, which is the lap pool where people can come in and swim laps, and then that's where our swim team practices. But most of our classes and swim lessons and like family swim free time are in the warm water pool. So our aquatics director it's a constant management of schedules so that we can allow everybody to have the opportunity to get in the pool. But our water classes are very well attended. I did not bring my attendance records with me, but we are astute to keeping it if it's a low attended class, and we might change it up and do. But these classes for our active older adults, they are always very well attended.
And what I think is great, they're free with your membership, and if kind of first come, first serve. You don't have to sign up for them. You just attend, and you post the dates and the times, and people show up. And I think those are tremendous, especially from a weight-bearing standpoint, not pounding and do that. As we come up on a break here in about a minute, let's talk about briefly, and if we don't get it covered, then we'll come back in the third segment, the healthy cooking classes. I find those very intriguing because we all know exercise and diet are as synonymous as day and night. You can do one, not the other, and you're just not going to achieve the goals that you want. So we've talked about great activity that you have. Tell us about the healthy cooking classes and what that entails.
Okay. Well, we've had a variety of classes in different formats over the last couple of years, but beginning in September, we're going to have a cooking series. And we're going to have Cooking 101, and that will be free to members and non-members in the community. You will have to register, but it will be free. And basically, it's for those people who are ready to begin cooking for themselves, but they're not sure how to begin. Or say maybe it was an older couple, and say maybe the wife passed away, and so it's a gentleman who's really just kind of fixing whatever as a quick fix. It will do kind of a Cooking 101, how to prepare healthy foods. For one person or a smaller family. And then that will branch into a Cooking 102, which will kind of be a little more advanced. And that class will have a small fee. But those classes are going to begin in September, and registration will begin August the 24th for that.
Great. As we come up on this break, I want to thank our sponsor, Bynum Insurance at 469-3030. Go down and see Sandy Wilson, Karen Schwartz, Ed Bynum. You can see Byron Kenny, if you can get him from stop running all the time. On 1170 Wilson Hall Road. Great people, great service, and we'll be right back after this with Missy Reece.
We'll be back with Medical Forum, presented by At Your Service Home Care on Sumter's home for news, talk, and sports. WDXY 1240 AM and 105.9 FM.
The doctor will see you now.
Are you new to Sumter or been here a while and in need of a new family health care provider? Look no further than the excellent care provided by the physicians and staff at Carolina Family Medicine. Carolina Family Medicine includes Dr. Philip Jansen and Dr. Tracy Ridgel, who both specialize in family medicine. And they're here to take care of you and your family, now accepting new patients. So call them today to schedule your appointment at 774-7425 or find out more at cfmsumter.com.
The doctor will see you now.
Here's a good policy from Bynum Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance. When you buy home and car insurance, you'll receive a multi-policy discount. And when you buy life insurance, you'll get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto owners will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. This is Karen Schwartz with Bynum Insurance. Call me for all your insurance needs at 803-469-3030.
After my surgery, I heard my children discussing their fear for me to live alone. I wasn't ready to give up my home and freedom, so I called At Your Service Home Care, and now I have my own concierge. It's owned locally by medical professionals. They work with me to make sure that I recovered from my surgery. Now I can stay at home and I have a new friend that I enjoy spending time with. If I need help around the house or have insurance or legal questions or just getting to my hairdresser, they help me with it all. Call At Your Service today for your free consultation, 607-9677.
Reliable Medical Equipment has been locally owned and operated since 1999 and provides a full range of medical equipment and services. Our accredited facility has a fully certified staff, and we are here to assist you with all your diabetic shoe, custom bracing, and prosthetic needs. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, and most private insurances. We're located at 246 Broad Street. Call 934-9212 or 435-9927 for our Manning location, which is at 37 West Rigby Street. Voted Best Prosthetic and Orthotic Business for 7 years.
This is Medical Forum, presented by At Your Service Home Care.
And we're back with Medical Forum on this Saturday morning. We're talking today with Missy Reece from Sumter Family YMCA. And just like the YMCA is a cornerstone in Sumter, Reliable Medical Products is one of the very best medical supply companies in Sumter. And go over and see Aubrey for all your respiratory needs and Richard for your orthotics and prosthetics. They take good care of you. Any problems, you can go back and see them, and they will fix them right away. You can see them at 246 Broad Street, and the number over there is 934-9212. Missy, we were talking about some of the eating classes, diet classes that are over at the Y and are sponsored by the Y. And there was a pilot study done with the Sumter Family Health Center, I believe, and you had some information on that.
Absolutely. We for the past several years, the Y has launched our Y-Fit programs. We have Commit to be Y-Fit and Y-Fit Camp and Team Y-Fit. And Missy Corrigan, who is our executive of community health, she has really been so innovative in getting these programs going. And actually, they are now nationally recognized by the YMCA for her programs. And so through these classes, they're basically a lifestyle change program that teaches you how to eat the proper foods to fuel your body, as well as incorporate exercise with it. Because, as you know, if you just work out and eat whatever you want, it doesn't really do that much good. So what we put in our bodies is essential. And so with these programs, we have had great success in individual folks pointing out that, they were now able to get off of their blood pressure medicine. Of course, they've consulted with their physician, but their blood pressure numbers have gone down, their blood sugar. cholesterol levels. Some people that were pre-diabetic now, their levels were down. So we really wanted to find have a medical study done that would validate what this program was doing. And so Missy met with Dr. David Justice at Sumter Family Health Center, and they decided that we would get 30 of Sumter Family Health Center employees to participate in the programs. And then in turn, they would take their vital statistics and do blood work on them at weeks 1, 6, and 12 of the pilot study. And so it really was a great experience, I think, for the participants as well. And the findings, they validated that the program does work. So we had the first group, we had 20 participants commit to be YFit, which is kind of the beginner program, which deals with nutrition, stress, spirituality. It's kind of an overall health and wellness program. And so then when that 6 weeks was over, half of the first group stayed and did the YFit camp. And then they joined in the new group that came in as well. So you had 30, so just imagine 10, 10, and 10. So 10 got to experience one class, 10 another, and then another 10 did both of the classes. So we wanted to see how effective it would be if you kept going. I know that's a little confusing. But the results of it were great. And overall, the group lost 9 pounds, over 9 pounds. And
per average.
Average.
Yeah.
Yes, average.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the average. And we had some people who either stayed the same, and then we had some people who've had significant weight loss, and they're continuing to report even 30 and 40 pounds later since January.
You got a great article in Sumter Living. We'll give Mr. Ireland Sumter Living, but and it's written by you. So just a fantastic article on that. And I think if you go down to the second paragraph of the article, I think it hits it right on the nose. And Dr. Marr, you see this all the time. Some people will lose weight and actually are not as healthy. They don't eat, they starve themselves to death, or they go on a diet that is maybe all beef or just candy, or they're, you guys focused not on losing weight, Missy, you focused on losing fat.
Right. And, because when you lose the weight, there's no greater feeling than to get on the scale and see that your weight has gone down. But is that water weight? Is it muscle? Is it fat? Right. And so a lot of times when people do these, I want to lose weight quick type programs, they're losing a lot of muscle. And so through a grant from the Bilo Foundation about a year and a half ago, we were able to purchase a piece of equipment. It's called the InBody, and basically you get on it like a scale, and it will measure your muscle weight in each of your 4 limbs, both legs, both arms, and then your core, and it will tell you what percentage you have of body fat, what percent of muscle, and water weight. And then it'll also measure your internal body fat. I don't know how it does it, but it's a tool that helps you manage kind of where you start and where you end up.
All right, well, I'm going to get personal on this because I see that, and I go to the Y probably 4 days a week, and I've never done it. Tell me, and the listeners out there who also go to the Y, it sounds like it's a very cool. How do I go about
setting that up?
Setting it up. Tell me that.
Okay, it's very easy. You can just and in the fitness center, there's the fitness desk. And there's a little sign-up sheet on there, and you can sign up for a certain time. And before, I believe, I hope I don't quote this, it's only like $10, I think, to have the screening done. But prior to coming, you need to fast. So in the morning is a good time to do it. So you don't need to have had any caffeine or have just eaten. Kind of like when you're going to the doctor for blood work, you need to fast and then drink plenty of water before you do it. And that makes a big difference. I've noticed when I've done my measurements, if I have not had a lot of water or if I've had a lot of caffeine, it will make your numbers run high.
Okay. See, I see it, and the Y has so many activities, and I think I'm the guy who comes in, punches the card, goes to the men's fitness center, which is fantastic, then goes about my daily routines and don't take advantage of the education of the nutrition, all the swimming products, and I know that we've talked about that from a senior standpoint. But there's no finer tool-looking athlete, in my opinion, than a swimmer.
Right.
You're working your cardiovascular, you're working your muscle, you're working every part of the body. So I see this machine, and as we talk to our audience out there, go by, utilize these things. And what's great about it, it might be $10 here, $5 here, whatever. Predominantly, these things are with your membership, which is probably, when utilized to its fullest extent, is the best deal in Sumter County.
Absolutely.
I just, so for the people, as we come up on a break here, and we'll touch on a couple more great things going on at the YMCA. I want to thank Toomey Foundation and Jeff Fall for all their support. Toomey didn't get the ruling they wanted, but you know what? We just keep, going forward, right, Chris? I mean,
absolutely.
No one's more positive than they are, and we'll get it all worked out. But, support the foundation. They support so many nonprofit organizations, a big supporter of the YMCA as well. But give Jeff a call, 774-9498, and we'll be back with Missy Reece.
Back with more on Medical Forum, presented by At Your Service Home Care.
Reliable Medical Equipment has been locally owned and operated since 1999 and provides a full range of medical equipment and services. Our accredited facility has a fully certified staff, and we are here to assist you with all your diabetic shoe, custom bracing, and prosthetic needs. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, and most private insurances. We're located at 246 Broad Street. Call 934-9212 or 435-9927 for our Manning location, which is at 37 West Rigby Street. Voted Best Prosthetic and Orthotic Business for 7 years.
The doctor will see you now.
Are you new to Sumter or been here a while and in need of a new family health care provider? Look no further than the excellent care provided by the physicians and staff at Carolina Family Medicine. Carolina Family Medicine includes Dr. Philip Jansen and Dr. Tracy Ridgel, who both specialize in family medicine, and they're here to take care of you and your family, now accepting new patients. So call them today to schedule your appointment at 774-7425 or find out more at cfmsumter.com.
The doctor will see you now.
Here's a good policy from Bynum Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance. When your policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you with all your insurance needs 24/7. Now that's a good policy. This is Ed Bynum with Bynum Insurance. Call me for all your insurance needs at 803-469-3030.
After my surgery, I heard my children discussing their fear for me to live alone. I wasn't ready to give up my home and freedom, so I called At Your Service Home Care, and now I have my own concierge. It's owned locally by medical professionals. They work with me to make sure that I recovered from my surgery. Now I can stay at home and I have a new friend that I enjoy spending time with. If I need help around the house or have insurance or legal questions or just getting to my hairdresser, they help me with it all. Call At Your Service today for your free consultation, 607-9677.
Now back to Medical Forum, presented by At Your Service Home Care on WDXY, 1240 AM and 105.9 FM.
We're back at Medical Forum. I'm your host, Jeff Reed, with my co-host, Chris Marr, on this Saturday morning with Missy Reece from the YMCA. I want to give a little shout-out for anyone who's going through a situation that dealing with maybe a person that is towards, the end of their life or have been there. There's a new, a great support group. Cheryl Fluharty, who's a community educator, has a support group called Great Goodness the Grief. And it's a support group designed to help those who are coping with long-term chronic health conditions or maybe have already been through that. And it's a support group that will be at your service, home care. It'll be on the the third Thursday of every month. It's got great support between hospice care in Tri-County, Dr. Marr's office, At Your Service Home Care, be located on 1250 Wilson Hall Road, which is where At Your Service Home Care is. And just if you feel like you fit the description of that, love to have you. 6 to 8, be refreshments, good conversation, people that are going through what you're going through. So let's support her in her endeavors. And Dr. Marr, when we left off with Missy, she kind of or hit a note that you see people and patients that with the YMCA that I think that they give a tremendous service in which.
Yeah, a very common request I get is for the YFit program, and actually patients come in and request a prescription for this. And what it does is entitles them to the YFit program at the Sumter Y. Usually it entails just making sure that their chronic medical conditions are stable, their diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, any type of chronic medical condition is stable
healthy enough?
And healthy enough to perform exercise. Correct. Right. So once we deem that they are healthy to perform exercise, which the vast majority of patients are healthy and the vast majority of patients need to exercise, we provide them with a prescription for the YFit program. And actually, I've learned a bit today about what that really does entail. And
what does that entail, Missy?
Well, as we said before, we have Commit to be YFit, which is it's a 6-week health and wellness starter program that will cover areas like nutrition, exercise, time management, stress management, and making healthy changes in their lifestyle. And that class is 6 weeks. And we pretty much run a new session every month to month and a half. And the cost, if a physician referral is given, that class is actually free with the physician referral. So if you were a member, it would normally cost $50, and then potential members $75. And then the YFit camp is kind of the next step, and you really get more in depth with the actual foods, with your proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, and what to eat, and how much to eat, and how often to eat. And then it just gets a little bit more advanced. And that, with the physician's referral, the discount is 50% off. And that's made possible by a variety of grants that we've applied for. The Bilo Foundation and Rite Aid as well has helped us be able to offer these classes at a discount for the community.
Well, while we're on the topic of food, I believe the YMCA and DHEC have put together some classes to help maybe people that need help, for lack of a better word, Tell us about so if you're a low-income family, and I don't even know what that constitutes anymore, but let's just say for any family, and then I guess the qualifying needs we'll find out about. But what is it that the YMCA and DHEC have put together now to talk about nutrition?
Well, we received a grant from YUSA, which is our national component of the Ys, and we're going to provide a healthy cooking class for adults with to how to prepare nutritious foods and how to through whether for families, for children, and I don't have a whole lot of information on this right yet, but we know that it's coming in September, and just to follow up with that, I know I worked at DHEC for 13 years, doing pretty much the same job with marketing there. But at DHEC, we had our WIC program, which is Women, Infants, and Children. And, for the people that were WIC eligible, they would receive their food vouchers for certain healthy foods. And we had a nutritionist there who would kind of help them plan meals around the food that they receive. So I think this is a great partnership between the two, and get the referrals to help people make wise food choices, and then how to cook with the food that they have.
Well, just so we're clear, it is a cooking class. So anyone who is listening out there who thinks, wow, this is free food. This is not free food. It is making wise choices, nutritional choices, and then how to prepare them, and then at the desired times when to eat them.
Correct. And I do think there is some component that in the discussion, I think that the participants will receive some sort of food, but it's not just a giveaway type program. It is an education program so that people will take what they've learned and apply it, and hopefully improve the the lifestyles of their family.
Well, Missy, one of the things that has been a topic of our conversations, unfortunately, we're on probably our 15th, 16th show. The word diabetes has come up probably, what, Chris, 14 times?
Yeah, regularly on the show.
Regularly, from when we had Dr. Louder on, when we talked to any of the physicians, when we had with dialysis. And this, I think, is a topic that you've got an upcoming diabetes program. So why don't you tease the listeners out there? We have about a minute and a half, in this segment. And then if what we don't unravel and conclude, we'll bring back into our last segment. But tell us about the upcoming diabetes program the YMCA is initiating.
Great. Well, we actually have 3 programs that will encompass the diabetes. We're partnering with Phoenix Health Education and Wellness Center, and we're going to be offering the CDC's National Diabetes Prevention Program. And these will be for people who are considered pre-diabetic, kind of with a tendency when their blood sugars are getting high. And so it's going to be an educational class that runs an hour each week for a total of 16 weeks. And the first class begins Wednesday, September 2nd, and the cost is $40 per month. And we'll have more information coming. We'll get the flyer finalized, but we will begin registration in the middle of August. So that's a great new thing that we're excited about. And as I mentioned, a lot of the programs during the program, our website is the best place to find out the most pertinent information. And that address is ymcasumter.org. We will always have up-to-date information and classes on it.
Great. And that is a great way for us to end this segment. I want to thank our friends again down at Bynum Insurance. Go by and see Sandy Wilson for all of your insurance, home, auto needs, and Karen Schwartz for anything with your health insurance. They're on 1170 Wilson Hall Road. I do all my business with them. I highly recommend you do. 469-3030. We'll be back as we close down this Saturday and our last segment with Missy Reece. And we'll be right back.
Back with the latest in health and medical news on Medical Forum, presented by At Your Service Home Care, WDXY 1240 AM and 105.9 FM.
After my surgery, I heard my children discussing their fear for me to live alone. I wasn't ready to give up my home and freedom, so I called At Your Service Home Care, and now I have my own concierge. It's owned locally by medical professionals. They work with me to make sure that I recovered from my surgery. Now I can stay at home and I have a new friend that I enjoy spending time with. If I need help around the house or have insurance or legal questions or just getting to my hairdresser, they help me with it all. Call At Your Service today for your free consultation, 607-9677.
Reliable Medical Equipment has been locally owned and operated since 1999 and provides a full range of medical equipment and services. Our accredited facility has a fully certified staff, and we are here to assist you with all your diabetic shoe, custom bracing, and prosthetic needs. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, and most private insurances. We're located at 246 Broad Street. Call 934-9212 or 435-9927 for our Manning location, which is at 37 West Rigby Street. Voted Best Prosthetic and Orthotic Business for 7 years.
The doctor will see you now.
Are you new to Sumter or been here a while and in need of a new family health care provider? Look no further than the excellent care provided by the physicians and staff at Carolina Family Medicine. Carolina Family Medicine includes Dr. Philip Jansen and Dr. Tracy Ridgel, who both specialize in family medicine. And they're here to take care of you and your family, now accepting new patients. So call them today to schedule your appointment at 774-7425 or find out more at cfmsumter.com.
The doctor will see you now.
Here's a good policy from Bynum Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you with all of your insurance needs 24/7. Now that's good policy. This is Bubba Johnson with Bynum Insurance. Call me for all your insurance needs at 803-469-3030.
This is Medical Forum, presented by At Your Service Home Care.
And we're back with Medical Forum on this Saturday morning. We're talking with Missy Reece with the YMCA. I have changed offices this week. Wanting to let everyone know out there, any of my patients, I will be at 698 Boltman Drive now. I've left the 220 office, and we're seeing patients this week at the 698 Boltman Drive office. And we were talking about diabetes. There's several programs at the YMCA, YFit, which I regularly write prescriptions for, and there's some other services that are coming up that the Y is sponsoring, Missy.
Yes, we have a couple of diabetes programs that are coming up in the fall, and one of them is we've partnered with the Carolina Center for Medical Excellence, and we're going to offer a diabetes self-management program, and this is for adults living with diabetes, and this will be a free 5-week course, and it will run from September 3rd through October 8th, and they'll meet every Thursday from 11:30 to 1:30 at the Y. And it's going to be limited to the first 24 participants. So even though it's free, you must register ahead of time. And each participant will receive a certificate of completion at the end. So registration for that will open on August the 20th. So and then another activity will be through the Phoenix Center Health and Education Center, and we're going to offer Tai Chi falls prevention classes. And this will be for our active older adults, and this will be on Fridays from 11:15 to 12, and that will start on September 4th, and that class is free to our members. And so we'll add that to our active older adult schedule that is on our website. So that we're really excited about that. There are several individuals who come into the Y, and they will just find a quiet spot, and they will do Tai Chi themselves. So
let me ask you this. All right, I'm watching it. My former occupation was playing tennis for a living, and I'm watching the Djokovic-Federer match. Okay, Wimbledon, tennis match. Djokovic, who won the Wimbledon title, does an hour and a half of Tai Chi every day. He is flexible like Gumby. Can you explain to anyone listening out there? And if you can't, you say, I don't know. Kirsty, you know. What exactly is Tai Chi? And I don't. Is
Tai Chi
like a martial
Tai Chi is a martial art.
No.
Tai Chi is a martial art. I believe
it's got to be around stretching, right?
I believe its origins are Chinese. I could be wrong, but I believe it's a Chinese martial art. But absolutely, it's a very low impact form of performing moves that take your joints through ranges of motion. It increases the flexibility in the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons.
Wow.
And the amazing thing with Tai Chi is it can be performed in the young and the very old. And very commonly, you'll see an ad for Tai Chi, and you'll see an elderly adult, maybe 90, performing these movements. And it's very calming, very meditative.
Well, when you mention that, because anytime we can do low impact but get desired results, and I'll be the first to tell you, every sport I've played, I'm a horrific stretcher. And I remember doing P90. Remember P90 when it came out? And the one thing that the gentleman who did it, we had great. It was your shoulders, biceps, great, legs, chest, the whole night. But he said the best part was yoga. And I think you have some yoga classes offered at the Y as well.
We do, and we just started a beginner yoga class. And I have always been a runner, and I was, as you said, terrible about stretching. And then as you begin to get older, you start feeling what happens if you don't stretch. And so a friend taught me, or one of the instructors taught me into taking the class. And I'm telling you, it really, it is so relaxing, so calming. It increases your flexibility. You feel so much better after you take the yoga class. And so we have advanced yoga, and we have some beginner yoga classes, and even targeted for our elderly population. So Tai Chi kind of fits a little with the yoga, with the stretching. Tai Chi has a little more fluid movements, but both of those are very advantageous to our bodies.
Well, what I think we've learned today, the YMCA been around probably more than any other industry in Sumter. 100 years?
103 years.
103 years. And Just to recap some of the activities for anybody maybe catching the show towards the end, we have a great Silver Sneaker program, which I believe is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You come out. Is there an age requirement for that? I know that we're kind of when we call it Silver Sneakers, there's at least an inclination that a certain age group.
Silver Sneakers is primarily designed for older adults, and I know that some insurance, people's personal health insurance, will give you benefits for participating in Silver Sneakers. So usually that one is geared towards the older folks. And
for those of you who have not gone to the YMCA, 2 beautiful large pools in which, as you said, you're almost overflowing with. I remember bringing my kids, who are now 15 and 17, into the water to teach them to swim. But as we talked about today, the arthritis, aquatics, and the aquatic Zuma programs going on Monday, Wednesday. Want to take advantage of that. And then, as all good nutritional programs, the healthy cooking classes that you've talked about. And also, for those of you who think, I just can't afford this YMCA, what the YMCA is here for the entire community. So for the lower income families, there's also, between YMCA and DHEC, who 2 of your former and current employees, have made it available to learn how to eat a little more healthy, correct?
Absolutely.
And then the great program that you've brought in with Sumter Family Health Center. And I think that could really be a catalyst for other businesses to say, hey, let's challenge ourselves, whether we're a Continental Tire, a Thompson Industrial, a Reliable Medical, a Colonial Family Practice, to come in here, and anyone who wants to sign up, get educated, learn to eat right, get their activity right. The YMCA is such a vehicle to do that. And I think that's what separates our YMCA from certainly other YMCAs, but you've got competition out there. There's other gyms out there that I'm sure are fine in their own right, but no one offers the entire realm of what you guys bring.
Right. And, back in 2010, the Y kind of did a rebranding, because for so many years we've done these things, but people tended to think of the Y as a swim and a gym. And so the Y is for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So we try to incorporate all of that into the community.
Yeah, well, you should be very proud of yourself. Missy Reece, thank you so much. You're the marketing coordinator of the YMCA. You bring a wealth of knowledge. We'll have to have you on again, because I'm sure we've just touched on them. Real quickly, how can people get in touch with you and with the YMCA?
They can reach us by phone, 773-1404, or we have a website, ymcasumter.org. Those are the 2 best ways.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Mark. See you next week.
Have a good week.